Okay, hi coders. I want to tell you a little bit about the kind of exercise here and that often will come up on Pathbird and in this course where we're asked to solve some programming assignment and then have the computer check to see if our answer is correct or not. Okay, so here's that particular exercise. You'll notice it says we're asked to declare a variable. We're given an example of declaring a variable of the form cost, and where cost equals 20 says that we declare this variable called cost and assign it the value equal to 20. In this exercise, we're asked to create a new variable called price and assign it the value 100. And we have to type that in this purple box right at the bottom. So you'll notice the first important thing is it'll say type in the variable declaration command in the space below this line that sets the value of price equal to 100, and make sure you press run afterwards. Okay, so suppose I were to type it in here, and if I were to type in, let's say, cost equal to 20, of course, that's the wrong thing because I have to set price equal to 100. If I press run, then the computer basically executes this code, which means it acts on it. And now the variable cost in this case is defined and set equal to 20. If I want to check to see if I've done it correctly, I have to press this validate button right here. Okay, you won't be able to edit this. This is intentional. This is the part of the code where the computer is checking to see if it's done okay. And if it is, then the answer will be fine. If not, in this case, you'll notice it'll say, not quite, you haven't created the variable price, use the variable declaration command, and so on, and then you go up. Okay, now here's the important thing. Suppose I were to change this and I were to make it price equal to 20 and I didn't press run. If I press validate again, you'll notice it'll still say you haven't created the variable price. And the reason is because when I edit here, if I don't press run, the computer doesn't really know and hasn't acted on that command. So what I have to do is set it equal, make the edit up here, press run to make sure the computer actually knows it, then press validate again to make sure it's there. And now you'll notice the error message is a bit different. It says you have correctly created the variable price, but not assigned it the value 100. Change its value to 100, and then you should be fine. Okay, so once again, if I were to, in this exercise, as you experiment with it, you'll want to define the number in this blank space over here. You'll want to first press run to make sure the computer acts on it, and then you'll want to press validate. If it's not quite correct, you'll have to go back, change it, press run again, and then press validate to make sure the computer actually follows up on the instructions and that the checking works as expected. One last tip once you get it is on the right. If you click on this button, it's called the scratch pad. You'll notice if I type in the value, if I type in price and press run, you'll notice it says it's the number 20 because that's the number that was set. This is where you can explore and test code, but be careful. If I assign something here, it's going to show up on the main computer too. Okay, but use and experiment the scratch pad and make sure you press run and then validate every time you edit an answer so that the computer can check it and it progresses the way you want it to. Okay, have fun, coders.